Hopefully one of you guys can see this video and save a lot of time and a lot of money avoiding mistakes that I've made. Because I've made a lot, but I've also avoided a lot because a lot of you guys on YouTube, a lot of you welding guys, I watch almost all of you guys, and I take notes, not physically because I'm not a psychopath, but I take mental notes. And I hope to be that guy to someone. What is going on, YouTube? MSJ Customs Welding Company, local to the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. Coming up August 20th would have been 12 months that I've been in the welding business. Now, I've been welding a long time, coming up on a decade, but owning my own business, only about we'll call it 15 months. I was kind of dabbling in the beginning. But full time, August 20th would have been 12 months in this business. Now, I just wanted to go down my list of top 10 things that I wish I knew in the beginning. I wish I knew ahead of time. It would have saved me a lot of hassle. It would have got me a lot of jobs. It would have paid me a lot of money. So let's begin from the top. Lesson one, look professional. Now I get it. A lot of you big dick Johnnies out have been laying pipe since '85. You don't want to look like like an office monkey. I totally get it. You don't need to. But any dipshit can go out and buy himself a welding machine. Now what sets me aside from the next dipshit is I'm a dipshit with a hat and a jacket with my name and company name on it. Look, I've gotten multiple comments from people saying, you look like you know what you're doing, you look professional, I'm going to do business with you because of the way you look. Now, you might not like that, but that's how it is. And I wish I knew this 12 months ago because I wasted easily 5 months just being the guy showing up in a hoodie and expecting people to spend thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on me. That's not going to happen. You can still pick up small jobs, but the big jobs, companies want to see someone who has at least taken the time and has been in this business long enough that they go out and they spend money on themselves and in the business. And I wish I knew that. Just a quick side note on looking professional. Not too long ago, I would say almost less than a month ago, I lost out on $7,000 on a job. Why? Because I showed up to the job site and I didn't have my tape on me. I had left it in my second vehicle and I had to ask the job soup if I could use his tape. Now, what kind of businessman, what kind of welding businessman shows up to a job without basic hand tools? A notepad, a tape, boots, I don't know. Don't show up in sandals to job sites. Not a good idea. But it's these small things that you might not think about that could cost you a job. Always keep a tape on you, always keep a pen and pad on you, and just look like you belong is what I'm saying. I don't need a 6 month backlog. I thought I did in the beginning, and it gave me a lot of anxiety that I didn't have stable income. But what I came to find eventually was that when you own a business, there's no such thing as stable income. I just have to be confident in myself and my abilities that I can go out and I can find business. And honestly, a lot of people will pay a lot of money to be available that day, that week, even that minute. If you have a 6 month backlog, or at least if I had a 6 month backlog, I wouldn't be able to go out and get quick jobs to get quick money to keep money flowing. Sometimes I'm on a big job and it takes a long time to get paid, but if I can make myself available to be on the spot that day, a lot of people will pay you a lot of money just to be available. And that's something that took me a long time to fully feel comfortable with, is only having maybe like a week, possibly 2 weeks of backlog. But even that, I still kind of don't like the way that feels, knowing that the next 2 weeks are completely booked out. I won't have any time. Honestly, my sweet spot at this point in my business is about 1 week, to a week and a half, I feel just fine with that. I feel comfortable with that because I've gained confidence as time has gone on in my abilities to go find money. And kind of on that same note, anxiety, being stressed out, it's completely natural, especially in the beginning. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I had no confidence in making money. I felt like I had no confidence owning a business. But in the beginning, that you're not supposed to know what to do. It's new. It's the unknown, and eventually that feeling went away because I did kind of get a hold of what I was doing, but it took a long time. It took 6 months to get to that point of just fighting these feelings of not knowing. But that's the beautiful thing, I feel, with owning a business, is that you don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen, and you decide exactly how it's going to go down, when it's going to go down, if it goes down, and who it goes down with. And that to me is a beautiful feeling. But it comes at a cost. And it comes at a cost with feelings of anxiety, feelings of not knowing. Um, Nowadays, I'm completely okay with that to some extent. I don't, I haven't fully beaten that feeling yet, but it's less. It doesn't keep me awake at night like it did in the beginning. So that's that. I use my cheap equipment almost 10 times as much as my expensive equipment. Now, I do have expensive equipment. I'm not saying you shouldn't have expensive equipment, because expensive equipment, I find, is awesome at doing highly specialized jobs. If you do mobile welding, yes, you should definitely go out and get you a Lincoln, whatever the fuck they make. I own a Bobcat 250. It's specialized. You should go out and get specialized equipment to do specialized jobs like mobile welding. But shop welding, you can get away with a lot by spending a little. I have two Yes Weld machines. I absolutely love them. I use them constantly, and I think I spent 500-600 bucks with extra attachments. I got like a spool gun to go with it. Maybe I'm in 1,000 bucks, and I can do just about any welding job that I want. As long as it can fit in my shop, I can do it with that equipment. I think in the beginning too, when when I was looking at opening up this business, I thought that I needed the best, I needed the most expensive, I needed the fanciest. When in all actuality, like I say, it's nice to have, but I don't. It doesn't get used as consistently. You see what I'm saying? The cheap equipment I use all the time, almost on a daily basis, and I beat the hell out of it. And kudos to Yes Weld. They make a good machine. They're not paying me, but honestly, I've beat the hell out of those welding machines, and I've made a lot of money off of those cheap machines. If you can go out and you can buy a machine and spend 600-800 bucks on a machine and flip it and make 2,000 bucks a week off of that, like it just makes sense to me. It's a good investment. It's just a good investment. That's what it is. It's not even that complicated. Uh, so I wish I knew that in the beginning, because I did go out and I spent, and I love them, I do, but I spent a lot of money on Milwaukee tools, which, I mean, maybe I could have gotten away with, maybe I couldn't have, maybe I could have gotten away without the big 250. I'm still kicking, so it's fine. But I did, thankfully, I caught myself. I caught myself in like month two. I was like, no, I'm not making enough money to justify this, and I don't feel like taking a loan out. So that's exactly what I'm not gonna do. So yeah, that's that. Something I wish I knew was to overestimate a job. Now, in the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. A lot of this stuff was new to me, and I didn't know how to do what I was being paid to do. I kind of just winged it. And with that, I bumped into a lot of situations involving bad time management. I would estimate a job at maybe a day. and it would end up taking me a week. So it took me a week to make a couple $100, maybe. So I got into the habit of bidding high, and if things go smoothly, awesome. I'll cut you a deal. I might take $150 off the bid if it went my way, if I got it done quick. And I find that makes the client feel good because they said yes to this amount, and if they can get it for that amount, oh man, this guy's an honest, well-meaning guy. Like he didn't need to, but he did. He cut me a deal, and I'm gonna come back to him with my business. At least that's the way that I would think about it. When was the last time you went to a mechanic and they estimated a job at $5,000? You come back to pick up a vehicle and they say, you know what, actually, things went well. Yeah, it was kind of an easy job. We'll do $2,500. How does that sound? That doesn't happen. But you can be the guy, I could be the guy that makes it happen. And people, it sticks with people. It does. I've gotten multiple comments, people saying, you know what, that is awesome. I will definitely come back and give you business. Now, if they do, I don't know. I've only been doing this business 12 months now. Maybe down the line they will, but it's a good feeling on both ends. I'm still making money. They save a little money. We all feel good. Now, this is my schedule book. Now, this is something that I knew in the beginning I would use, but I didn't know exactly how much I would use it and the extent of use that I would be implementing it into my business. So, if you look, on any given day, I have the name of the client, the location, contact info. Sometimes I'll toss in the exact amount that I bid a job because I'm dealing with a lot of people on a daily basis. So if I can look back and see, okay, I'm doing Kyle's boat today on Sunday the 11th. Contact info, what I bid it at, that helps me stay on top of communication. I always like to communicate with my clients a day in advance because I find that it gets, I lose a lot less jobs that way. We all have stuff going on. We do. So if I can just be that little voice saying like, hey, you know, we plan on doing business. You plan on giving me this job. Most of the time, that is enough to get people to not no call, no show, which does still happen occasionally. But this has been huge in my business. I talk to so many people on a daily basis. This kind of just takes the mess, the jumble that's inside of my skull, and just neatly puts it onto a schedule. So I can just, as long as I follow the schedule, I should be okay. And that's a good feeling to have. In the beginning of opening up this business, I got a lot of calls from a lot of people. Angie's Lists, Google, the BBB, all these people will sell you the moon and the sun in hopes that you will give them money. Now, they say you can get, there's 25 big jobs just waiting on you. They want you so bad, and all you need to do is spend a couple $100 with them, and you will get those jobs. And I've done that, and I've wasted a good amount of money because, god damn it, those guys are good salesmen. But honestly, I get a lot of my business off of mostly Facebook, which I'm looking to expand. I'd like to get into. I'd like to get in the eyes of someone else besides Facebook. Maybe I'll look into Google ads down the line. But I get a lot of business off of Facebook, and I get a lot of business off of my website. Those are the only two that I have set up, and I am completely like I stay busy. I do. In the beginning, it was enticing, and they did get me. God damn it, they got me. But as time has gone on, and again, I've gotten confident in my skills and my abilities, I find that I've got the Facebook thing and I've got the website thing locked in. Like I can get business off of those, and I know that I can. Look, if it was that easy, and I wish I knew this, I did, I do. If it was that easy to just spend a couple $100 and then you'd have thousands coming in, we would all be doing it. they wouldn't, those companies wouldn't need salesmen to come to you and entice you to spend money with them. You would just be doing it if it was that easy. But that's something that I wish I knew. Buy equipment when you need it, not when you want it. This was a bad habit of mine in the beginning. There's a lot of equipment in this shop that I didn't need. It was nice, and I used it one time, but then it just kind of sat in my shop and I did nothing with. Nowadays, and moving on from this point on, what I'm going to attempt to do is specifically seek out jobs that would benefit with buying a new piece of equipment. I go out and I buy that equipment. I have it to do the job that I specifically sought out because I knew that I would need this piece of equipment to do it. I finish the job, and now I have that piece of equipment. I think I like shiny things. All this equipment that I have, it's like toys to me. I love spending money on tools, but I could have done with a lot less. And I spent a lot of money on tools that definitely helped. But I think, especially if it's a specialized tool and you don't have a specialized business, you're not going to use it as much as you think you will. Believe me, I know. I have a lot of specialized equipment, especially TIG equipment. I went into this business thinking I was going to be the TIG guy. I do nothing but TIG. I need the best TIG equipment. I need nothing but TIG. Don't even look at me with stick and MIG. I don't want to do it. But that's kind of not the way it went. Because I was so set on being specialized, I spent a lot of money on specialized equipment that I couldn't use on anything else besides that specific one job, that specific one type of welding. So I can still make money off it, but I don't use it that much. I don't. So, what do you do? I spend, I spent, and continue to spend a lot of time wasting away doing a job with equipment that does not isn't the most efficient to use in that specific case. Now I know I just talked about specialized equipment, which is good, but instead of buying specialized equipment, what I should have done was buy equipment that saves time. Now, what does that mean? Specifically, I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head. Spool gun. I got an aluminum spool gun a week ago, and I cannot begin to explain the jubilation that I felt when I took a half-day job and condensed it into 15 minutes. Now I'm still making the same amount of money, but I've limited the amount of time that it takes me. I used to just take all my aluminum, which is fine if all the aluminum is clean, spotless, no mill skull, no paint, no mud, no soot, basically new aluminum. Yeah, that's awesome. And that was the way I was doing it, and it took so long. And you know what? Bonus tip: I wish I would have. I wish I would have bought an aluminum spool gun a long time ago. We'll put that in the next tip, but the next lesson. But this one specifically, what I wish I would have done was instead of buying specialty, buy time saving. Aluminum spool. This gets its own lesson in the "I wish I knew" video. Wow. I can't even begin to explain how satisfying it was, and just the amount. Hold on, 1 second. I am going to do so much damage with this thing. It is unbelievable how nice it is to be able to take a half-day job and condense it into 15, 20 minutes. And again, like I say, I'm making the same amount. And I think that's something that I want to continue to do moving on in the next couple of months. I've noticed that when I spend money on convenience equipment, not even convenience equipment, equipment that saves time, I make a lot of money. And I don't know, like I don't fully get it, but it just is. Like I don't know why it happens that way. I just know that it happens that way, and I'm still kind of dabbling into that, and I'm still excited to know what kind of equipment that I can buy that will save me time because that's what I seek now. Not so much convenience, although it is kind of one and the same, but I'm seeking equipment that will save me time because oh my God, I cannot explain how happy I felt when I laid a bead with this on honestly nasty equipment that I didn't even take a whole lot of time to clean up. Like what else exists? What else exists that I can put my money into and nab back a shit ton of my time? I want to know, and I'm actively seeking those things. Okay, guys, that's kind of it. That was just a quick list of things I wish I knew going into this business. Now, again, I'm still kind of new to it. I've only been in this welding business 12 to, we'll call it 15 months. So I'd like to do this video again down the line and just kind of follow up with things that I wish I knew as time goes on, because hopefully one of you guys can see this video and save a lot of time and a lot of money avoiding mistakes that I have made, because I've made a lot, but I've also avoided a lot because a lot of you guys on YouTube, a lot of you welding guys, I watch almost all of you guys, and I take notes, not physically because I'm not a psychopath, but I take mental notes, and I hope to be that guy to someone. So hey, if you got anything out of this video, if I helped you, if I saved you money, if I saved you time, maybe hang out a while, like, sub, comment. If you got a tool that can save time, hey, I'm looking. I got some loose change in my pocket. I'm trying to save some time, spend some money. So if you got any of those tools, any of those pieces of equipment, leave them in the comments below. I will be looking at them because I'm coming to find that if you can save time, you can make money. But that's the babblings of a madman. If you guys got anything out of this video, leave a like, sub, comment down below. I do look at them. But yeah, that's about it, guys.